So as you know, the Game Awards already has wrapped up, and to be honest, this was a alright show. Like, it wasn't as great as last year, but I feel like that's definitely going to be some bias because, again, it had the Alan Wake musical. Of course, that wasn't going to be as good because it didn't have that. I'm just saying. But overall, I feel like it was alright. It could have been a lot better, and I feel like you could like this time I could truly see the bias here. Actually, I could have seen it beforehand in previous Game Awards, but this time I really did see the bias with some of the Game Awards that was, given. Obviously, well, I'm not going to move on to the most controversial bit, I guess you could say. Well, not controversial, the part that divided a lot of people. But yes, some cool announcements, cool awards given, and you know what, I'll be honest, I actually enjoyed the way it started out. Like, the actual Game Awards was kind of shocking because you literally got thrown off with the bat with The Witcher 4, which honestly, I was actually just blown away. Even though I know it's just cinematic cutscenes, I was still quite blown away. I was like, wow, we are actually going to get this a game that's probably going to last for like a good generation, as The Witcher 3 did, because that game's impact was very strong on the gaming community, and it's nice to see that obviously Witcher 4 might obviously live up to that. Who knows? I've actually never truly been into the Witcher franchise, so I can't really say about certain things, but it did look interesting, and actually got me more intrigued. Again, I actually want to look into the Witcher franchise and actually dive in and try to probably play the previous ones. Though I'll be honest, I have heard that there's a little jank with the old games. Okay, a little might be an understatement, but yeah. We also have announcements like obviously Virtual Fighter coming back, which didn't blow me away as much. It did, obviously, because my eyes was literally just open wide. Literally, I was like, okay, we're getting Virtual Fighter now. And obviously that was pretty awesome to see that is actually making a comeback. Obviously we had like a little update for the previous Virtual Fighter, but it's nice to also see that this one is getting a full new release. So that was really awesome to say. Oh, see. And we also got to look at Final Fantasy coming yet again to the Tekken universe in this form. It's just Clive. I'm sorry, Tifa fans. Rest in peace. No, honestly though, yes, Clive actually made its way to Tekken 8, which, I'll be honest, it just feels really off in my opinion. And I'm not saying because I don't like Clive. I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, and boy, I want to play it really just because of him, because he actually looks so sick with his design. And we are now going to get started on the brilliant voice acting of Ben Starr. Stellar performance. Every time I see like a little cutscene, it's just perfect. But no, what I really want to know is, why is it always in Tekken? I get that, obviously the other franchise I'm thinking of is kind of on, I guess, hiatus, or I guess not really being brought back, is Soul Calibur. It makes more sense to have these characters in Soul Calibur than it does in Tekken. Tekken is, well, mainly about, the fists and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's literally called the Iron Fist Tournament, but obviously you got people like Yoshimitsu, so yeah. But like I said, it does feel a little bit off that they keep putting them, and this is why I feel like it would have made more sense in a game like Tekken to have Tifa than someone like Clive. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Comment down below if you guys disagree or agree with that. So that was a really awesome announcement. We then got a little bit more shocking news that obviously Elden Ring, which I know a lot of people say is, Jeff Keighley's probably favorite or something like that. We got a new Elden Ring game, and for the first time, well, it looks like first time, because I don't remember any other From Software games having this, you actually have hops. I know, revolutionary, but I would have said, if this game can give you flight and not, there would have been something really bizarre. I'm just saying. I know that's so random. But yeah, we got a new Elden Ring multiplayer game, which is pretty lit, It's coming out, I think, next year. So that gives more From Software fans to sink their teeth in, and I'm surprised that It does say all platforms, considering the recent news of the buyout that's meant to be happening of Sony buying, I'm not gonna say the studio, but basically a studio that is the parent of From Software and a few other stuff, like even Spike Chunks. So that is actually very interesting to see how that goes down the line. Oh yeah, and let's actually start talking about the awards for this. Now obviously there was one which was obviously best fighting game, I think, of the year, which you obviously had Sparking Zero, Tekken 8, I can't remember the others. I think it got Multiverse and someone else, I actually completely forgot. But basically, Tekken 8 won, and it's kind of funny, I can literally see the post, literally saying, what, if I can find it, Sparking Zero lost fighting game of the year to Tekken 8. I mean, it's not too surprising. I feel like if this went the other way around, now there would be probably a massive controversy, because again, this is an arena fighter. It's not exactly a complete fighter, and considering the state of how Sparking Zero released, yeah, I don't think it would have. If it had gotten the update that it got now, then it would have been probably maybe a different story. I mean, Tekken 8 hasn't fully released with a lot of content itself too, and a lot of people say it's quite bare bones. That's what I heard, and a lot of people was kind of disappointed with the little update they had, and just saying, oh, season 2 is coming, and here's some random updates. Well, not random, you got photo mode and a few other things, but I did hear a lot of people complaining about this a lot. So again, that's really up to debate. Who do you think should have won that award? And actually, another thing I want to say, speaking of awards, was Silent Hill 2. I feel like Silent Hill 2, why put it there? It literally, I just felt bad for it because it didn't win anything. I kind of thought it would have won at least something. I just felt like that game just got heavily ignored. But again, this is the Game Awards. It's so random with some of the awards that happens. I'm not saying that developers don't earn it. Of course they do. They bring out fantastic games, but it's just a little, you know, out there and shocking to see what stuff happens. But anyway, speaking of awards, what is your game of the year? I actually want to know, because I know obviously the controversial one, which I'm now going to talk about, which is Astro Bot, won. And I do feel like that is really bizarre. Now, if this is a year that had very little games and stuff like that, then fair enough. I mean, I would say this is a more relaxed year for gaming. Like, I do feel like 2023 was a little bit more stacked. This year was just more stacked with controversy, I would say. But I feel like it is interesting that of all games, Astro Bot, I mean, I haven't played the game. It does look very reminiscent of, you know, does have that feel of Little Big Planet to me. So I should technically love this game. I don't really have a PlayStation, so I can't really experience it. I know it probably is on PC or going to be on PC, but yeah, don't know when I'll even play that. But it is a little bit shocking that we have something like Metaphor Reef and, you know, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna butcher it. We have the Atlas game, we have Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, we have Tekken 8, we have all this stuff, and also I don't think Tekken 8 was even on there. And we have that, like, it just seems really random, the amount of releases that came to be, and it's just, of all things, it's Astro Bot. Again, these things are very much so random to me, I feel like, so let me know what you guys think is game of the year. I've seen some on Twitter already expressing that they feel like Silent Hill 2 was their game of the year, which is completely fine. Seen some that said Tekken 8, Sparking Zero. It is completely up to you. I mean, hey, even if it's a game that's not even that came out this year, what is your game of the year? What game have you played this year which has just been like, wow, this is amazing? Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe, that way you can stay notified for future content or discussions that I make. Now there is still obviously some more announcements that I have to talk about, which are the two, in my opinion, one of the big ones that really caught my eye and I was a little bit shocked about, which kind of just saddened me because I knew that means that there was no Resident Evil 9 to be announced, which was on my list or predictions of what I was hoping for. again, it was under my unrealistic list of predictions, so of course it wasn't gonna happen. It was actually, let me tell you the full thing. It was Switch 2, Final Fantasy 9, Resident Evil 9, Tifa for Tekken, and I think, what was it, Bloodborne PC, as well as GameCube and NSO. Those are the other two that I obviously, but I never seen none of that ever happened, which again, I'm not complaining. It was, you know, the unrealistic part. But what was very surprising, which completely blew me out the water, was Onimusha as well as Okami being basically at the forefront, in my opinion, of those announcements, because I was a little shocked. I was like, wait, Capcom's trying to revive it? And what's even more insane to me was that Okami is there, and I'm like, I honestly had tears almost running down my eyes. That was just amazing. I was like, wait, what? Okami is coming back? Obviously, I think under his company or something like that called Clove. I was like, wow, okay, maybe, just maybe, we can get future stuff like maybe Devil May Cry? I don't know, that's just a random thing I'm thinking of. I just kind of want that franchise to still kick, you know, I still want that franchise to still go. Also, we had those crazy announcements, and I'm like, wow, this is what's going on now. We also had Turok, which kind of looked okay, a little bit farther departure. I don't know why, but Turok seems like it got the not the greatest of treatments, I would say. I don't know how Turok fan feels. I don't know if they're happy, unhappy, I don't know, but I thought that's the only announcement I could think of that was, at least for me, interesting that I had to point out. So with that being said, hope you did, guys, enjoy the video. Obviously, don't forget to like the button, subscribe for more content, and well, yeah, let me know your game of the year. Like I said previously, whether it's a game that actually came out this year or not, just let me know. I'm really curious to find out. Anyway, that being said, peace.